Trump flexes his muscles in the primaries. Trump endorsements lead to the defeats of Rhino Republican Senators Cassidy in Louisiana and Massey in Kentucky. It was no surprise then that yet another Rhino GOP senator took a hit in the primary in Texas. And some of my editors suggested I need to define Rhino. Rhino is generally a GOP or Republican senator or congressman who has been in office for a while, and the acronym stands for Republican in name only. What that means is this is someone who claims to be a Republican, but in the current definition of what a Republican is, they are not following the party line. And so, generally speaking, there's been a criticism of them. I'm a little bit more moderate than that, but I do think it's important that whoever is in office needs to support the president of their party. The Democrats have certainly done a fabulous job of supporting some of the worst presidents in history. The Republicans, not so much, and they need to get behind their leader. So it's been pretty interesting to see what's been happening lately in the political scene. Here in Texas, we had two questionable candidates for the Senate. I'm no fan of either. I wanted the incumbent Cornyn out due to his being there for over 20 years and getting relatively little done. That's way too long to be in office. But I did not want a whack job like Paxton. Besides being a fool in general, his wife apparently caught him fooling around, and it looks like he's benefiting from state business on the side. Trump stepped in late in the game to endorse Paxton. My advice to Trump would have been to leave that primary alone. In another important primary, this one for Texas Attorney General, activist GOP Congressman Chip Roy, notably not a favorite of Trump, lost his primary to run for Attorney General to replace Paxton. In total, Trump claimed he racked up 118 endorsement wins with no losses in the current primary season. I can't vouch for that number, but I can tell you that Trump did very, very well in the primary. It's clear that his endorsements seem to be a big plus. The notable endorsements are the 3 Senate races that I just mentioned. Those of you who may not be as familiar with politics as I am may not realize the power of incumbency. To take out a single senior incumbent in a primary is remarkable. To do it for 3 different senior GOP senators is an amazing turnabout. And it may mark a change in our political structure in America, so we'll have to see how it goes as we head forward. Now, winning the primary does not mean that the GOP candidate will win the general election. In fact, if you waste your time listening to the slopstream press, you'll hear that Paxton is going to lose to Dem candidate for Senate in Texas, Tallarico. Not so fast. Consistent with the extreme left-leaning and increasingly isolated Dem operation, clowns like this might win in New York City, but don't bet against Texans. Tallarico reportedly claims there are 6 genders, was seen eating ribs by holding them with a napkin, claimed Jesus would support abortion, and that God is non-binary. He's a laughingstock here in Texas already. I wonder how much more of a fool he will make himself leading up to the election. People are calling him Beto 2.0. Just remember, failed politician Beto O'Rourke was supposed to win as well here in Texas in a couple different elections. Beto is Irish, but changed his name to Beto to try to trick the Mexican demographic for more votes. Didn't work, folks. Earlier this year, I predicted that the GOP would defy history and stay solid in the mid-year elections this November. With Dem governors in New Jersey and Virginia, and the flagship failure, Mamdani in New York City, the Dems have nothing to run on. However, simple answers will be critical to seal a full GOP victory. Resolve the gas price issue that impacts every American. Trump knows this and is clearly pushing to close an Iran deal right now. For my money, I would rather that he finish the military destruction in Iran. This is his call. However, with any part of the current radical regime still in charge, I do not believe there will be a long period of quiet before the USA is back over there bombing them. Just as I said for Russia and China, as well as Iran, I do support the populations of these countries. Hopefully, the repressive governments can be outmaneuvered and outlasted to create a real world peace for future generations. I've written 2 books. My second book is Bad Deal for America. This is a study of political management of the United States Congress and its failures, and I lay the failure right at the feet of the people who are there. It's a bipartisan book. I feature 26 Republicans and 26 Democrats with the stupid things that every one of them has said. I think you'll enjoy it. It's available in paperback, in ebook, and a fantastic audiobook. And yes, it's not one of these audiobooks where the author, that's me, just drones on for a few hours. We actually brought in some professional actors. The book is very interesting to listen to. Again, that's Bad Deal for America. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your feedback and concerns. And remember, you can always like, comment, and subscribe right below. And if you've got any ideas for a specific episode or topic, be sure to let us know in the comments. And we generally not only read all the comments, we try and take action based on them. And you can also see us at our website, drdavesavesamerica.com.